My name is Jalane Lei E Paqueros from ABM 123, and as part of the first quarterly assessment, I'll be doing a video about the lessons that were tackled this first quarter. Now let's proceed to topic number 1, which is percentage, base, and rate. So the problem is 47% of the people in the town are adults. How many adults are there if there are 40,500 people? The problem, the given would be 47%, and it will be converted to decimal, it would be 0.47. This would be our rate. Another one that was given is the 14,500 total number of people, and this would be our base. And what we're going to find in this problem is the percentage. The answer, this can be easily done using the triangle method, which is this. And this means percentage, base, and rate. So, from this figure, we can come up with the formula. Percentage is equal to base times rate. So, in substituting the values, so the base is equal to 14,500 times the rate, which is 0.47. Simplifying, 14 times equal to 6,815. Thus, and here we can come up with the answer 6,815, and so therefore there are 6,815 adults in a town. So 6,815 is the 47% of 14,500. So now let's move on to topic number 2, which is all about ratio and proportion. So the item that I choose in this topic was number 7, which says that if 75 pesos is shared among 3 children and the ratio of 3 is to 7 is to 15, how much should each child receive? So this is under partitive proportion because of the presence of 3 is to 7 is to 15. And for us to solve this kind of problem, the first thing that we should do is to let x be the number common to the parts on the given ratio. Thus, we will have 3x is to 7x is to 15x. It is where 3x is the share of the first child, 7x is the share of the second child, and 15x is the share of the third child. So, next, we know that if we add the parts of the given ratio, it will equal to the total value to the given problem. So, for this problem, we can say that 3x plus 7x plus 15x equals 75, which is total number of share, yung paghahatian nila. Share. Total number of share, yung paghahatian nila. So, if we add this 3, we'll come up to 25, x equals 75, then 25, and then cancel. So here, if we divide 75 to 25, so 75 divided by 25, with the use of the calculator, then x would be equal to 3. So, given this value of x, we can now identify the shares that each child would receive. So, given that x is 3, then we would multiply 3 to 3. So, we will substitute 3 to letter x. 3 times 3, and we'll do the same for 7 and 15. So 3 times 3 is equal to 9, 7 times 3 is equal to 21, and 15 times 3 is equal to 45. And if we sum this up, it will be equal to 75. So this simply means that the share of the first child would be 9 pesos, of the second child would be 21 pesos, and the third child would be 45 pesos. For the third topic, we'll be talking about cash discount. So, the number that I've chosen is number 4. Sabi, a company received an invoice for 185,368, dated November 22. Terms, 3/17. EOM, and the invoice is paid on December 4. What is the amount paid? So, this will fall under end of month dating. Then, with the given values, you would know that given I, November 22, as the invoice date, and 185,368 for the net price. And lastly, the terms of discount would be 3, this one, we're 17. So, 3 represents the discount rate, and 17 is the number of days. So, means if nakapagbayad ka within 7 days, and magsa-start ang counting sa end of the month, then makukuha mo ang 3% na discount. So, in this problem, what we're going to find is the amount payable. And to solve this kind of problem, so, meron tayong gagamiting formula na amount payable is equal to net price times the quantity of 1 minus discount rate. So now, what we're going to do is to substitute the values here. So, since the amount payable is what we're finding, yan, yung net price ay 185 and 368, then 1 minus the discount rate of 0.03 from 3%. So, ngayon, kaya natin nakuha yung 0.03 is because nagbayad. So, nagbayad yung company noong December 4. And nag-start tayo ng counting only noong December 1. And yung total number of days na binigay ay 17. So, yung December 4, pasok siya dun sa 17 na yun. So, makukuha natin yung 3% na discount. So, ngayon, we're going to solve this na. 1 minus 0.03 is equal to 0.97. And then, ito-times natin siya sa net price, which is 185 and 368. So now, to find the amount payable, 185,368 will be multiplied to 0.97. So, the answer would be 179 and 806.96. Therefore, the amount paid is PHP 179,806.96. So now, nasa fourth problem na tayo, and we're going to talk about trade discount. So the problem says that a coffee maker is listed in a wholesaler's catalog at 5,450 pesos, and the coffee maker is sold to a retailer for a net price of 4,087.25 pesos. What rate of the trade discount was given? So, with the given values, the given would be, so the list price, magiging 5,450, and then, sabi din sa problem, ang net price ay yung 4,087.25. And then, ang hinahanap dito ay yung rate of trade discount, or we can also say that it is the discount rate. And so, to solve this kind of problem, we will use this formula na trade discount is to list price minus net price. So, trade discount muna ang kukunin natin. So, list price natin ay 5,000. Yan, trade discount is 5,450, and then minus natin yung 4,087. Yan, 4,087.25. So, if we subtract this, the answer would be 1,362.75. Ngayon, na nakuha na natin yung trade discount, susolve naman natin ay yung discount rate na. Kaso nga lang, we don't have the direct formula to find the discount rate. So, magdaderive pa tayo. Meron tayong formula na TD, ito yung gamitin natin, is equals to list price times discount rate. Yan, dito yung discount rate. Pero, dito sa formula, ang hinahanap is trade discount pa rin. So, ngayon, ang gagawin natin ay magdaderive tayo ng formula E, list price is price. And then, we will cancel it out. So, ngayon, meron na tayong formula. So, trade discount over list price is equal to discount rate. Yay! So, dahil nakapag-derive na tayo ng formula, is-substitute na lang natin yung values na meron tayo. So, yung trade discount na nakuha natin ay 1,362.75 over yung list price, which is 5,450. I-divide natin. So, we're gonna need the help of our calculator. So, yan, nakompute ko na. And it says that 1,362.75 divided by 5,450 is equal to 0.25. Pero dahil discount rate ang hinahanap, ito-convert natin siya sa percentage. And then, count the decimal places. And then, will be equal to 25%. So, therefore, the discount rate that was given to come up with a net price of 4,087.25 is 25%. Now, let's move on to topic number 5, letter E. And it is all about multiple trade discount. So, ang problem naman ngayon is a mobile phone accessory listed at 440 pesos is less 25.6% and 15.2% is offered at a further reduced price of 274.89 pesos. And sabi, what additional rate of discount was offered? So, with that, list price now, which is 440 pesos. And discount rate number 1, 25.6%. Discount rate number 2, 15.2%. And the net price. Yan. Oh, dito pa ba? Of 274.89. Ngayon, since tinatanong sa problem kung ano yung additional rate of discount ang na-offer pa para mag-come up sa net price na ganito, what we're going to find is the discount rate number 3. Okay, so ang solution sa problem na ito is, it's a bit lengthy. Pero okay, we're gonna solve for that. Wala din tayong pukukunan na as in, andun na formula. And again, we're going to derive. So, mag-derive tayo sa formula na net price is equal to list price. And 1 minus discount rate number 1, 1 minus discount rate number 2, and lastly, 1 minus discount rate number 3. So, para makapag-derive tayo, is, gawin lang natin ito. Yan, para makakapag-cancel out tayo. And then, isulat na natin siya here, sa other side. Hindi cash out, so ito na lang. And then, we're gonna cancel this, and cancel this, and cancel this, and cancel this. So, from this formula na derive natin, which is net price over this price, quantity 1, minus discount rate 1, times quantity 1, minus discount rate 2 is equal to quantity of 1 minus discount rate 3. So, we're going to transfer first yung discount rate sa other side. So, magiging positive na siya. Discount rate 3, and then equal, magsastay yung 1. Oh my gosh. And this one, ito transfer natin tong buong to sa other side. So, minus naman. It will become negative kasi transfer natin siya sa kabilang side. Price over list price 1 minus discount rate 1 and discount rate 2. Meron na tayong formula, and this is what we're going to use to find discount rate number 3. So, Ngayon, ang gagawin na lang natin ay to substitute the values. So, discount rate 3 is equal to 1 minus your net price, which is 274.89, and then over yung list price over 440 times 1 minus discount rate number 1, 25.6%, and when converted to decimal point, it will become 0.256, and then times yung nakasya, di ko natin nagay, discount rate number 2 na 1 minus 15.2, and when converted to decimal naman ay 0.152. And to simplify, 1 minus 0.56 ay 0.744. And this one naman ay 0.848. And so, ngayon, ang gagawin naman natin ay mamultiply na lang natin sila. Yung 440, the list price, discount rate 1 and 2. And if multiplied together, it will be 277.60. So wait, magulo na. So dahil magulo na kanina, nice ko lang, binara ko, and ito na siya. Ito na yung kinalabasan. And then, now what we're going to do is to divide, and that would be equal to 0.99. So ngayon, dahil meron na tayo nito, ma-minus natin yung 1 to 0.99. So 1 minus 0.99 is equal to, discount rate number 3 is 0.01. And since rate ang tinatanong, that would be equivalent to 1%. So therefore, the additional rate of discount that was offered is 1%. So, the problem naman ngayon ay a department store purchased men's baseball cup for 132.45 pesos and sells them for 229.95 pesos. What is asked is, what is the rate of markup based on selling price? Now, again, ang cost ay 132 peso. 132.45 pesos. Yun yung nagastos niya. And then, ang selling price naman ay 229.95 pesos. So, ang hinahanap ay rate of markup. Rate of markup. Tayo. So, para mahanap natin yung rate of markup, syempre, hahanapin muna natin ngayon yung markup. So, substitute lang natin syempre yung values. So, yung selling price ay 229.95 minus yung cost, which is 132.45. So, when subtracted, the answer would be 97.5. Therefore, yung markup ay 97.5. So, from 132, nag-add siya ng 97.5 pesos para mabenta yon ng 229.95 pesos. So, since nahanap na natin ang markup, pwede na natin ngayon mahanap ang rate of markup. So, ito na. Nag-derive na lang ulit ako ng formula. So, yung markup is equal to rate of markup times selling price is ginawa na lang natin since if we make a triangle where markup is on the top, RM, US, or rate of markup. And since ito yung hinahanap natin, then markup divided by selling price ang gagawin natin. So ngayon, yung markup na nahanap natin kanina ay 97.5 over the selling price, which is 229.95. So, divide lang natin sila. And then, ang magiging sagot ay will be equal to 0.42. So, since rate, ulit ang hinahanap natin, na dapat percentage. So, therefore, the rate of markup based on selling price is 42%. Okay, now, markdown na tayo. Just a few more, tapos tapos na tayo. So, Ngayon, ang problem naman natin is the bakery marks down a day-old tasty bread from 63 pesos down to 51 pesos. What is the rate of markdown? So ngayon, ang mga given, original selling price na 63 pesos. Yan, 63 pesos. And then, yung new selling, which is 51 pesos. Ngayon, ang hinahanap natin, as said in the problem, is the rate of markdown. Wait. Yan. Now, for the solution, hahanapin muna natin ulit yung markdown muna. Bago natin mahanap, of course, yung rate of markdown. Katulad lang ng ginawa natin kanina sa markup. So, meron na tayong formula dyan. Markdown is equals original selling price minus the new selling price. Is substitute natin syempre yung values, which is 63 minus 51. So, the markdown is 12 pesos. So, meron tayong given na formula na markdown is equal to rate of markdown times original selling price. Since hindi naman natin ito hinahanap, ang hinahanap natin is this. So, again, from a triangle, rate of markdown times original selling price, and for markdown, ang hinahanap natin is this. What we're going to do is markdown over original selling price is equal the rate of markdown. And so, since meron na tayong formula na gagamitin, again, isa-substitute na lang natin yung values here. So, markdown, is equal to 12 and 12 pesos. So, lagyan na natin ng, so, the rate of markdown is 12, or 12 divided by the original selling price, which is 63. So, 12 divided by 3 would be equal to 0.19. Again, since rate is 19%. So, therefore, the rate of markdown when the price was down to 51 from 63 would be 19%. Now, for the second to the last topic, we will be dealing about profit from loss. So, ang napili ko here, nasagutan ay number 6. It says, insert, Davies bought a second-hand cycle for 5,500 pesos. He spent 780 in repairs and an additional of 175 pesos naman in repainting. And then, so after the repairs and the repainting, he then sold it to John for 4,900 pesos. Now, the question is, how much did he gain or lose? So this problem, ang magiging given natin ay the cost with the given would be given. So the given would be the cost of buying the second-hand cycle. So it would be 5,500 pesos. So additional cost and repair, which is 780 pesos, and cost and repainting, which is 175, and the last given ay yung net sales, which is 4,900. Yeah. So what we're going to find in this problem is the profit or loss. We're going to determine kung kumita ba siya or parang nalugi siya. So now, to solve for this problem, we're just going to add up all the cost. First one is yung 5,500 pesos na price ng pagbili niya sa second hand na cycle, and then add din natin yung 780 cost ng pag-repair, and lastly is yung 175 na cost ng pang-maintain. So, adding this three, it will result to, so therefore, ang total na cost na kanyang ginastos ay 6,455 pesos. And since nakuha na natin yung total cost, we're going to solve for the loss. Since obvious naman na mas malaki yung kanyang nagastos. So therefore, we're going to use this formula, this loss equals to cost minus net sales. So what total is, since this one, wait, lagyan natin ng harap, 6,455 minus the net sale, which is 4,900 pesos, is equal to 1,555. So, nalugi siya. He lost 1,555 sa pagbenta niya ng cycle na mas mura pa sa nagastos niya. So, it's a loss. This problem is a loss. And now, last but not the least, we're going to answer a problem from Mathematics of Buying and Selling, Break Even. So, the problem is, Jalane is setting a part-time business with an initial investment of 250,000 pesos. The unit cost of the product is 38 pesos, and the selling price is 57 pesos. Find the break-even point and how many units would yield a profit of 100,000 pesos. So, in that problem, the given values are fixed cost as 250,000 pesos, the variable cost at 38 pesos, the selling price 57 pesos, and the target profit of 100,000 pesos. 100,000 pesos. So what we're finding in this problem is the break-even point and target profit. And now we're going to solve for the problem. So since the break-even point and the target volume is what we need to find, these are the formulas that we're going to use, and we're just going to substitute the given values to this formula. So the fixed cost is 250,000 over the selling price, which is 57, minus the variable cost, which is 38, and then just going to simplify it here. 57 minus 38 is equals to 19. So, right, 250,000 divided by 19. So the break-even point would be 13,157.89. Yan. Ito yung ating break-even point, and to solve for the target volume naman, substitute the fixed cost, which is 250,000, plus the target profit, which is 100,000, over again selling price minus variable cost. And then 250,000 plus 100,000 is 350,000 over 57 minus 38 equals 19, and then 350,000 divided by 19, the target volume would be 18,421.05. So the break-even point would be 13,157.89, and the target volume would be 18,421.05.